The ID that I was going to choose is Kate McCaffrey. Lower the install cost of the first program or piece of hardware you install each turn by 1, which is a pretty good ability, I would say. Um, all those times when you're 1 credit short on things, Kate will definitely help there. Plus, with the direction that I'm going with this deck, it's hopefully going to have a very strong economy. So I'm hoping her ability in conjunction with the economy is going to mean that I'm able to get rigs out quickly and make very, very efficient runs early and often. Let's see. Let's hit up Netrunner DB. Again, everything's running off my phone, so it's gonna be pretty slow unless no, our internet's still down for whatever reason. Yeah, my phone network is called You Shall Not Pass Gandalf. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Runner. Kate. Okay, so the economy of this deck is based around the prepaid voice pads right here. So prepaid voice pad costs 2 to install. It's a piece of hardware, so I'm not going to be worried about getting tagged and having the corp trash it. 1 recurring credit per turn. Use this credit to play events. So I'm going to go ahead and play 3 of these because I do want to see it every game, and I do want to get 3 of them out if possible. 2 is good, but 3 would be ideal because the economy is going to be very event-based. So obviously, the economy cards that come to mind, the event economy cards that come to mind are the standard Dirty Laundry, so 3 of those. Lucky Finds, I'm going to put 2, and then Sure Gamble is auto 3. So, going back to the deck, see how much we can get before I gotta go pick up that pizza. I should have got delivery, but I'm being cheap, so. Prepaid voice pad is the basis. So 3. I haven't really decided what I'm going to send my influence on yet, but I'm going to see how many cards I have left after I get the essentials in. So 3 prepaid voice pads, 3 Sure Gambles, 3 Dirty Laundry. Oops, 3 Dirty Laundry. Dirty Laundry, 3 of them. I'm gonna spend right now just 4 influence on Lucky Find and see what I can fit later on. So just 2 Lucky Finds for now. So going back to Ono Sendai. So Sure Gamble. Lucky Find is in. Dirty Laundry is in. I would love to have 9 Lucky Finds. That would just be fantastic. I'm going to go with 2 levies. This card is GDLK. Godlike. Shuffle your grip and heap into your stack. Draw 5 cards. Remove levy AR lab access from the game instead of trashing it. So whenever I need to recycle that econ, this is going to allow me to do that. So I'm going with 2. Why do I keep doing that? 2 levies. 2 levies, yeah. What else? Dirty Laundry, Levy, Lucky Find, Sure Gamble, VoicePad. I feel like I'm missing something economy-wise. I can't be missing anything yet, can I? I don't think so. Again, this is an idea that was shown to me by Jack, my arch nemesis, my Netrunner rival. Yeah, same old thing. There we go. I'm creating that. Same old thing. At least one. Go with one for now. Same old thing. That puts me to 14 cards. Cool. And then for the card draw, Diesel, 3 of them. Quality Time, 3 of those as well. So I'm sitting at 20 cards. I'm going to play as close to 45 as possible, but I'm known to go over because I don't really care. As long as I'm drawing a card that I want to see, and if I'm putting cards in that I always want to see, then it should be good to go. So I'm going to say 45, as close to 45 as possible, no more than 47. 46 is usually my sweet spot. So 3 Diesels for draw, 3 Quality Times for draw, 3 Dirty Laundry, 2 Levies, 2 Lucky Find for now. We'll have to see how the influence works out. 3 Sure Gamble, and then the prepaid voice pads to get my events going for a lot cheaper. So the purpose or the plus of going with the voice pads and getting them all out is because now you're able to have 3 credits that you can spend on events at any given moment. So if you look at hedge fund, blah 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 blah. Sorry, Sure Gamble. Derp. If you look at Sure Gamble, it has a cost of 5. So now I'm able to Sure Gamble and gain those credits from only having 2 in my card pool. So rather than wasting a turn where I'm clicking from 2 to 5, so 3 clicks, and then playing Sure Gamble on my last click and getting nothing done, I'm able to actually play this a lot sooner and then keep the momentum going. Likewise with Dirty Laundry, if I have 0 credits in my card pool, I can make a run on Archives, which is usually open up until mid-game, and still collect those 5 credits and net a lot more than I would. Well, 2 credits more than I would usually. And then Lucky Find, the same thing, except this one's just even more nuts. I'm playing Lucky Find from 0, spending 2 clicks, and gaining 9 credits. So it should be, in theory, very strong, but we'll see. So now this is the part where I always start to doubt myself in building Shaper. Like I said, this is my first ever Shaper build from scratch. Usually I start building it and then I throw too many cards in and kind of lose my way a little bit. So I'm going to hope that we make it through this one properly. So a Shaper staple is SMC, self-modifying. I'm throwing 3 of those in there. And I'm also going to grab 3 test runs. And because I'm playing test runs, I want scavenges too. Oops. Scavenge. So it's already 29 cards and not a single breaker. But as I'm told, and this is where I also messed up in building Shaper, you only need 1 of each breaker with these guys. Okay, I'm an Anarch player. I'm used to having 3 copies of each breaker in my deck, so playing with 1 just seems so weird and freaky to me, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for a full suite rather than just make a Catman. I'm not really a fan of the Kate admin decks, so I'm gonna have 1 admin just in case, and then I still have influence to blow, so I'm gonna go with the Corroder. 1 Corroder, and looking back at the Shaper breakers programs, looking back at the Shaper breakers, I could have went with Battering Ram. I just don't like this card. I don't like subroutines. It is better than Corroder when I hit an Eli, but for something like a wraparound, for example, I don't want to have to spend 2 credits on that. So I'm trying to avoid that for now, and we'll see how it goes. So that's admin and Corroder that I have. I'm going to go with the Gordian Blade as my code gate breaker. Here's Gordian Blade, so cost me 4, but with Kate it's going to be 3. 2 strength, 1 credit to boost its strength for the remainder of the run, and 1 credit to break code gate subroutine. I'm so used to playing Yogg that having a boostable, or having a code gate breaker that's not static is going to feel so overpowered. So I'm looking forward to that. So Admin, Corroder, Gordian Blade. Now I just need a Sentry Breaker. And this is where it gets interesting. What do I want to use as my Sentry Breaker? Fem's too expensive, but I would still like to have one of her in the deck. Actually, when you test run Scavenger, she becomes pretty damn good. So here's Fem. Here. She costs 9, but test run Scavenge would make it cost 3. Even less with the prepaid voice pads out because test run is an event. When you install Femme Fatale, choose an install piece of ice. When you encounter that ice, you may pay 1 credit per subroutine on that ice to bypass it. So this is very, very strong. Except for when you hit a guard. But guard is only strength 2, Femme is strength 2, so it's going to cost me 1 to get past the guard regardless. So I'm going to go with the Femme. She's only 1 influence 2, which is what influenced my my decision. So 1 Femme. So Atman, Corroder, Femme Fatale, and Gordian Blade. Since I'm playing 1 of each, I'm 100% going to need clone chips. So toss 3 of those bad boys in. So I'm sitting at 36 cards. I've only spent 7 influence. I think I'm going to be good to play 3 Lucky Finds. So I'm at 9. So Diesel, Dirty Laundry. Diesel for draw, Dirty Laundry for event economy. Levy to recycle my event economy. 3 Lucky Finds because it's OP. 3 Quality Time for that draw again. Scavenge to work with test run and to help switch Fem's server Fem's ice that I put her on. Sure Gamble standard, everyone knows. Clone chips because I'm only playing 1 of each breaker, so if I get net damaged or if something gets trashed by say a Grim or an EG, I can clone chip it back. The prepaid voice pads because my economy is pretty much centered around this and being able to play economy card event cards at a reduced cost or at a lower credit amount. One same old thing. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then my breaker suite: Corroder for barriers, Femme Fatale for sentries, Gordian Blade for code gates, and Atman for whenever I need to pull something out and get past that one pesky piece of ice. I can install Atman at whatever strength I need it to be at and break through. And then self-modifying code to get any program I need out of my stack when I need it. Next, going back to the Shaper programs. Blah, blah, blah. Back to the Shaper programs, not identities. 2 cards that you've probably seen a lot of. I know I've seen a ton of them. Number 1, Deus Ex. Break any number of AP subroutines and prevent any amount of net damage. It has 10 strength, so it's pretty boss. Throwing in 1 of those. Deus. I am second guessing the Corroder the more that I think about it. Twitch City. I really just want to put Morningstar in, but I know that's a bad idea. I love my Morningstars. So Deus Ex, that's 1, and then the second one is Sharpshooter. Is another must for when I hit things like Archer and other pieces of ice that I don't like. Where the heck is it? Blah blah blah. Here we go. Sharpshooter. Break any number of destroyer subroutines, 1 credit for +2 strength, and it only costs 1 to come in and 1 piece and 1 MU. So it's also a very strong card. And with all the recursion that goes on in Shaper, this is a card that can come out multiple times in the game. So that's now 6 breakers, 3 programs. As far as consoles go, this is also from Jack. He asked me the question when we were talking about this. He goes, what is the only Shaper console? So I'm like, well, let's see. There's Toolbox, that's pretty nice. Dino is pretty dope too. Monolith is just stupid. You'll never afford to install that, so that can't be one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and guess the Toolbox. Because look at it, Toolbox plus 2 MU, plus 2 link, and 2 recurring credits to use with your breakers. But it costs 9. So that's what I said. I said, you know what, I think it's Toolbox. Jack says, no. The only Shaper console that you need is right here. I'll show you. The only Shaper console that you need is Akamatsu memory chip. 2 of them. And the reason why you need 2 of them is because to host that full breaker suite that I have, I only need plus 2 MU. This is much cheaper. I can get it out for free with Kate, and apparently life is good. So I'm going to test that out. I'm not going to play a true console. I'm just going to play the Akamatsu memory chips. 2 of them. I'm at 41 cards. He says to play 2. I really do want to play 3. And see how it goes with that. Okay, so the base of the deck is now built. I think it seems like it has everything that I need. Like I said earlier, or I think yesterday, whenever I said it, I've never really played Shaper too much, but I feel like their ability matches their name. They're able to shape and mold themselves to any situation, and do a lot of things, and pretty much they have options to circumvent whatever issues the corp throws at them. And I think this deck, as it stands right now, has all of those things. And so for the next 3 cards, these are some more personal choices for the way that I like to play. So, oh yeah, my pizza. Yeah, so these are more personal choices for the way that I like to play. My style of play, I should say. So, knowing that Shapers can mold themselves to every situation, and pretty much they're ready for whatever the corp sort of throws at them, I think Escher is a very good card to play. What Escher does, if you haven't already read it, and for new players, make a run on HQ. If successful, instead of accessing cards, rearrange any number of ice protecting all servers without rezzing or derezzing the ice. The same number of ice must be protecting each server after the rearrangement as before. So let's see if I can throw up a game here. I could just talk about the situation, but I'd rather show it if I can. And again, I'm running off my phone, so it's probably not going to work. No, let's stop that. So the reason why I want to play Escher is mid to late game, when you have a ton of ice out on the board that you're encountering, the majority of the time there's going to be ice out on the board that shares the same strength value. So, for example, say there's 3 Elis out, 1 Eli on HQ, 1 Eli on R&D, 1 in a remote. You're really trying to establish a lock on R&D, and you notice that there's other ice out on the board that has the same strength as Eli. But currently over R&D, there's a bunch of other ice that are kind of throwing you off, making you pay too much money, whatever have you. So you run an Escher, you hit HQ, and you line up all the cards or all the ice that has, let's say, strength 3 or strength 4 or whatever have you, over R&D where you're trying to establish a lock. So that's all well and good. Now you install an admin at strength 3, and you break through all of those ice for 1 credit per subroutine. So I feel like Escher is an amazing card to have out at mid to late game when the runner has played a lot of their ice already, and pretty much has shown you all their cards or what they're trying to do. So I'm gonna go with 2 Eschers. Actually, I could go with 1. I'm gonna go with 1 for now, because there is so much draw. I mean, between the 3 quality times, that's 15 cards, and then the 3, not Dirty Laundry, the 3 Diesels, that's another 9 cards. So that's 24 cards of draw just off these events alone. So I think with 1 Escher, I'll be fine, and I can same old thing it back if I ever needed to. So Escher is 1, and I still have 9 influence to play, by the way. Oops. I forgot. I even Google imaged Hawaiian pizzas with pepperoni on it to see if it was a good idea. Side note, back to the deck build. So I'm at 43 cards. Like I said, I'm going to play 46. So Escher is 1. I have influence to use. I'm only at 9 of 15, so I have 6 influence that I can throw in. Account Siphon, I would love to have it, but before I do that, I'm going to go through and look at the other events that I can play. So Maker's Eye is another card that I would love to see. Maker on R&D, if successful, access 2 additional cards from R&D. That's in faction, don't have to worry about influence, that's a must. So Maker's Eye, especially because I love R&D locks, I'm going to go with the Maker's Eye. And that's 2 of them. I'm at 45 cards. And then my 46 card for now is Account Siphon. There's so many other cards that I could include. Like I said, Shaper has so much, and so I always end up throwing in a bunch of stuff that I really don't need. I'm considering even 1 indexing, but that's so situational. The Data Sucker for the Fem and Admin would be nice, yes, but I don't have the slots for it. And I don't really expect to use Fem for anything other than trying to bypass ice that I don't want to deal with. My Sentry Breaker is probably going to be getting Admin out and adjusting it to whatever strength I really need it to get through the sentries that I don't want to deal with. And again, eschering sentries away to servers that don't matter is also going to be what I'm going to have to go for. Yeah, so I did throw in an Account Siphon. Legwork wouldn't be bad. I've been finding a lot of success with that card. It's the same as Maker's Eye, but for HQ, so access 2 additional cards when you make a successful run on HQ. Okay, so 46 cards, 27 events, which it seems like a lot, especially because I'm not playing Criminal, which is done for the events, but again, for a deck that's based around prepaid voice pads, which reduces the cost to play events, then you're kind of forced to go event heavy if that's the major focus of the deck. One same old thing, I kind of would like to have 2, but again, we'll have to see how it goes before I commit to that. And the other thing that I forgot about, the reason why I don't want to play Data Suckers for Fem is because I also have the Sharpshooter and Deus Ex. So I'm really not worried about sentries at the moment. For admin, yeah, it would be nice to have, but I'm hoping to win the game before I need to worry about that. Corroder, I still want to change for Morningstar. Very badly. Just because of how much the presence of HB has increased, especially in the Toronto meta. So hitting cards like Heimdall's and hitting cards like Eli, and even engine techie hitting wall of thorns and things like that. I don't want to pay all that money for Corroder to break it. I know Morningstar is probably a bad idea. Probably. But I'm going to do something stupid. And I'm going to test it out. Because why not? And that's 15 influence exactly. Because I put Morningstar in. I know it's going to be a bad idea, but for the sake of deck testing, I'm going to keep it like that. So my multiple access cards, the only ones that I really have are the Maker's Eye, which is probably going to be a bad idea. Yeah, you know what? Let me switch this back. I'll keep Corroder for now. One Corroder for now, and I'm going to look for some ways of getting more access. So again, there's legwork. I'm not really worried about legwork though. And I think this is where the issue of having 3 mem chips comes in. I'm going to drop it down to 2. So now I'm at 45 cards. I'm going to also... I don't want to drop account siphon yet though. I'm going to drop the account siphon. I have enough money. I don't need to do that. And worry about wasting clicks on removing tags from myself. So 44 cards. Another card that I was considering is Chicana. Where is she? I mean, where is it? No clue what's going on in this picture, but whenever you make a successful run on R&D, place 1 virus counter on Chicana. If there are at least 3 virus counters on Chicana, the advancement requirement of all agendas is increased by 1. I don't know why, but I love this card. And because I'm trying to establish R&D lock, it would just work so well to have this out. Then I don't have to worry about the medical research. Where is it? Then I don't have to worry about this card here. Agendas. This new card. Medical breakthroughs. Because the first one's going to be 5, the second one would be 4, and the last one would still be 3. So I wouldn't have to worry too much about that. I wouldn't have to worry about this AstroScript as much. So I feel like it would be great. I just don't know if I know I wouldn't have the memory to include Chicana. So it's a card that I want, but a card that I likely won't get to have. I think I have 2 Maker's Eye, right? Yeah. 2 Maker's Eye. Where is... I'm going to boost it up to 3. 3 Maker's Eyes, and I have the influence for a legwork. So I'm going to put legwork instead of account siphon. And then that's 46 cards. So 28 events, 8 pieces of hardware, 1 resource, 6 icebreakers, and 3 programs, which are self-modifying codes, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and save this deck for now. I'm going to change the currently running section, and also the currently corping section under the channel. I'm not going to post a deck list yet because I do have to pick up my pizza. It's probably getting cold, waiting for me. So I'm going to save this. I don't have a name for it, so it'll just be Throne Runner Kate. Until I think of something clever, like Rise and Shine. Do a live on stream. So I'll save that there. Hopefully I'm not in a food coma after the pizza, and I'm able to come and run a few tests and make adjustments as I need to. And also hopefully my internet's back and I can stop using my phone to broadcast. I'm surprised it's been working for this long. Is the and the is the quality okay? I really didn't even think that this would work, but it seems to be all right. Judging by the lack of responses, maybe there's a ton of lag. I don't know. But yeah, so that's it. The deck Netrunner Kate is now complete. I don't like leaving decks without that don't have all the influence spent. I feel like they give you 15 influence for a reason. You should use it all. So I'm hoping that by playing these next couple matches, I figure out where I can go with a bit more influence. I do still have space to throw in the Morningstar. I do have space to throw in Morningstar. But we'll see how Corey goes first. I want to throw Morningstar in so badly. But whatever, I'll leave it at this. I'm gonna go grab the food, try to restart the router again, and hopefully come back on in about a half hour to 45 minutes and play a few test matches. If anybody wants to volunteer themselves to test, that would be fantastic. You can send me an email. Where is it? It's at the bottom. At throne.runner@gmail.com, and we can set that up there. If you forget what the email address is, just scroll down. It's there. And I always forget to say this, but if you ever want to see the archives, you can also scroll down, and the link to the YouTube channel is there. And I also have them up on the Twitch stream as well. So it does get updated regularly. I did throw 3 cuts up the day before yesterday. What day is today? So on Monday. A couple good videos there. So if you have nothing to do while you wait, then feel free to check the YouTube channel out. I prefer if you watch it through the YouTube channel, just to try to get that more populated. I do get a few new subscribers there every day, but I would like to get a couple more there, so that when people do search Netrunner, this channel does show up. So again, thanks for watching. I'm going to go grab my pizza that you all got to see me order unknowingly. And hopefully I'll be back in a little bit. So thanks again for watching.